It's a tour that promises to send chills up your spine. Calgary Ghost Tours take guests through the city's haunting history of murder, death, and debauchery in search of spirits some believe still linger. Can you walk us through what happens on a Calgary Ghost Tour?
We're an outside walking tour, so what we do is we all meet in a group and then we go and hear stories about 10 to 15 different stories depending on what tour you take. On the pub walk, you of course come here to the Bank and Barron. You go to next door to the normal school where a young girl hung herself. Down in Inglewood, you go to the Suter House where Melanie hangs out on the balcony. In Kensington, we go to the old Memorial Garden where there are still a couple of bodies buried.
We are here today at the Bank and Barron, and I've heard that this place has a spooky story behind it.
Back in the 80s, there was a young girl. This was a nightclub. And there was a young girl, and she came down, and they were all dancing around, and unfortunately, the girl looked at somebody else's boyfriend, and the boyfriend's girlfriend actually dragged her down into the bathroom where they stabbed her and left her, and they didn't find her till the next morning. One of my very first downtown tours, we actually saw her on the second floor. She moved from window to window too quickly to be an actual person, and in fact, at that time, it was still a nightclub, and there was nobody here. When the guys were doing the renovations, they actually said that they couldn't do anything in the women's bathroom. When they were in there, nothing would work. They actually had to draw power from outside because every time they plugged in down there, nothing happened. We've really built in the history. And in fact, my biggest compliment was when we did a school group and they went out with the city planner later in the week, and he was like, oh my gosh, they knew the history of the buildings because they knew who had died there.
Do you believe in ghosts?
I do not believe in ghosts. I believe that there may be some things beyond our current five senses that we have that we can't see. Are they ghosts? I don't think so.
I'm open-minded enough to believe they could exist.
Yes.
I believe in ghosts in movies, but in real life, no.
Why don't you believe in ghosts?
Because I've never seen one and I've never seen any real evidence of one.
Do you yourself believe in ghosts?
I am an open-minded skeptic. I want to believe, I totally want to, but I'm afraid that if I see something, I'm just going to push somebody else in the way.
If you're brave enough to investigate the shadows that lurk in our city, a ghost tour might be just what you need to get into the Halloween spirit. For Go in Calgary, I'm Alicia Jirwa.